Alright everybody, we are here to do a reaction to Chef Brian Tsao's reaction to Jamie Oliver's classic carbonara. So it's going to be like a hybrid reaction where I react to Jamie Oliver and I react to Brian. I've been watching a lot of his channel. I love him and Frenchie. So I hope that I do him justice in this reaction. And that I hope everybody likes it. And let's see what he has to offer.
And you finish with more pepper.
More pepper? Jesus.
So
what the
Spaghetti.
fuck, dude? What? Dude. Too much. Ugh.
Carbonara with a beautiful little finish.
Okay, I mean, that part's fine. That part's great.
That is as classic as I can
Not
give you
enough!
guys.
Chef Brian Tsao here, not your typical chef, and today I'm going to be reacting to How to Make Classic Carbonara by Jamie Oliver. Before I go on with today's...
So if you like carbonara, I have a carbonara recipe here on my channel. I'll link it up top. It's not 100% authentic, but it's a good way to get you there. It's a good gateway carbonara where you're gonna eat it and be like, this is really good. Does it get better if I go more authentic? Does it go better in a way I'll like? Will it be worth the effort? And you might end up making carbonara every night for like 3 or 4 days in a row while you figure that out.
Cream, bacon.
Cream.
Cream?
Yeah, even you know you fucked up the video and we're freaking 5 seconds in. Although that looks pretty good right there.
Hi
and
guys,
it's not supposed to be bacon either. It's guanciale.
Carbonara.
Yeah, so you're... Okay. Sorry, I'm making a face because I'm thinking about how to word this. Classically speaking, the very first carbonara was made with powdered eggs and bacon off of an army surplus truck as the U.S. liberated Rome. Okay? So then it quickly turned into what it is now. Guanciale, for your pork product, you have guanciale, you have eggs, some versions with whole eggs, some with just yolks, pasta, the pasta water to thicken the sauce, and the cheese, and that's what gives it the creaminess. So there's some Americanized versions that do use cream in them. I've even seen some restaurants that just do a fettuccine alfredo with bacon in it and call it carbonara. Like that's the ultimate bastardization of it. But like, let's not put carbonara on this high pedestal like it's some kind of, gift from the gods that, you can't alter one bit. Cream? Yeah, cream doesn't go in. It doesn't really belong there. But like, let's really not just take it for what it is. It's basically an Italian way of making bacon and eggs. At least that's like when I went to school. That's what one of my chefs for our food theory class talked about. It was basically a dish for war brides that were cooking for their American GI husbands. And if you go on the Wikipedia, that's where I got the powdered egg stuff, because they're talking about all the army surplus that was coming into Rome in 44 when they were being liberated from fascism.
Classic Italian dish, pasta, cheese,
Very classic,
bacon. What's
yes,
not to love,
that is
right?
true.
But it's
a lot
really
of black
controversial.
pepper.
I want to give you what I think is the most authentic recipe.
So
first up, guys.
Well, that's the there is guanciale there, but there is bacon. He said what he thinks is the most authentic carbonara, but there's bacon there. Doesn't make it authentic. You said it, not me. You did.
So again, I'm going to disagree with Brian, because I'm not getting hung up on the fact that it's bacon was what was on the army truck, but like, that's what was there, man.
5 ingredients. Guanciale. This is the cured cheek of pork. And as you can see, it's all about the fat. It's salted, it's got pepper, it's dried, and it's aged. Of course, it's similar to smoked bacon, and you can get some pretty good results, actually.
I do agree with that. You can get pretty good results making a pasta dish like a carbonara with bacon. I totally agree with that. It's going to be delicious. Is it going to be authentic? No. Are there going to be people that shit all over you because it's not authentic? Yes. What are you going to do? not taking away that bacon, it makes everything delicious. I can't.
So to me, it's like lasagna. You got sauce, like some meat in it, noodles, cheese, and repeat layers. Some people put spinach in it. It's still a lasagna. Some people put a bechamel layer in it. It's still a lasagna. So, why is it that some dishes you can modify all you want and it's still that dish, but for some reason the carbonara has been put on this stupid fucking pedestal?
I can't think of a time where I've added some bacon into something and I said to myself, this is terrible. This bacon is ruining this dish. Not once. For you? Has that happened?
Try and get them to not cut off the fat because you need it.
I agree with that.
Or there's pancetta.
Pancetta, okay. Yeah, pancetta is often, I've seen, used as a substitute for guanciale. Pancetta, I would say, is fairly more readily available than guanciale. But guanciale is also it's a cured and dry, it's a cured product. It's dry, so it transports very well. So you can order it online very easily.
Then
I've even used prosciutto, thinly sliced prosciutto. It's very salty. It's got a lot of salt to it. Not as much, it can be pretty greasy, so it's got a bit of fat to it too. Is it authentic? No, but it's back to the my lasagna analogy from earlier.
most people use Parmesan.
Parmesan, yeah.
But actually,
that's fair.
The more classic is Pecorino Romano.
I'm not an Italian speaker, but I'm pretty sure he butchered that fucking terribly too.
Cheese, it's crumbly, it's salty, free-range organic egg.
Okay, it doesn't have to be free range. Why, Jamie? Why did you have to do that? You just ruined a perfectly good egg. Granted, it is gonna get cracked anyway, but calm down, man. And that just goes to show you right there, flat surface is the best surface to crack open an egg.
Black pepper, and then optional garlic.
Garlic. Not saying that all of these ingredients here aren't gonna make a banging pasta dish akin to a carbonara, even with the bacon, even with the pancetta, even with the parmesan. It's gonna make a fantastic dish. But you said this is what you think is an authentic, traditional. I guess we got to start a drinking game. Jordan, let's get a tally for authentic and traditional. Everyone take a shot if I say one of those two words.
First up, guys, grab the pasta by two hands. Twist it
it's like two
into the water.
Oh, he's going to explain the twist. I was just about to say you don't need to twist. What's the point of twisting?
It won't stick together.
No. I kind of see your point in that you twist and then when it falls down, it kind of just opens up, right? Rather than putting it all in a bunch like in my carbonara video, which this video should come out after my carbonara. I just kind of dunked it in as one bunch. If your pot with the water is at a rolling boil, the pasta is going to soften up enough where you can push it in fairly quickly and you don't have to worry about sticking. For my video, I purposely went with a smaller pot because I know the majority of you guys watching are gonna make this at home, and any professional chef like myself doesn't need to watch my fucking video. And if they are watching my video, they're probably going to react to it and shit all over me. Because there were certainly some
Thinking I'm watching his video next.
Some things I could have done a little better, but that's what you get when you're on YouTube. Sure, twist, Jamie. It's not traditional.
That twist is also quite dramatic. And Jamie is the showman.
The cheese and the guanciale is salty. This beautiful pasta takes 8 minutes to cook.
Yeah, 8 minutes is about right. I kind of didn't hear it clearly, but I think Jamie said something akin to like he didn't really salt.
I like to cook mine for 7, but I think we're splitting hairs when it's that little. And yeah, Brian, it sounds like he says he didn't really salt the pasta water because of all the salt from the guanciale and the pecorino.
Salt the pasta water heavy. I didn't do that in my dish either because yes, the pecorino romano and the guanciale are very salty.
And I'm going to take
off the skin.
A nice
very
centimetre slice of the guanciale, roughly chop this to about ½ centimetre chunks.
Okay.
Now, the pan is cold. Turn it on to a medium-high heat.
Medium-high
The reason
heat,
I want it cold
right.
is because I want to render the fat out.
Great. Listen, Jamie butchers the shit out of, so far, basically every Asian dish he's made. But, you know, he's got a grasp on cooking. You know, it's not like, if you asked me for a Thai green curry recipe, I wouldn't give you Jamie Oliver's. You know what I mean?
That's exactly right. But when I watch Jamie's cooking, I tend to think of it as more or less dumbed down for people that are getting into cooking. Like, Jamie's like your gateway drug, if you will. So, like, you watch him, you taste it, you eat it, you go, yeah, but there's got to be better versions. But his stuff's very accessible. It's easy to do, and I'm not saying authentic stuff is hard, but I am saying, you know, depending where you live, your grocery selection, you know, yada, yada, yada. Jamie's entertaining, and his stuff is accessible.
I mean, I'd rather give you a Pylon video or Uncle Roger's video, I think, or Mark Wien's video, I think are much better examples of a really authentic, great Thai curry. But, you know, Jamie, overall, listen, you know, some of you guys may give me flack, but you know, for Western cooking, he has a grasp for sure. You know, I don't mind saying, you know, admitting that.
To the pan.
I think that's chopped up a bit too small, in my opinion.
Give the garlic a crack. And then
I don't disagree that the garlic wouldn't be delicious.
The fat will just pull out some of that perfume from the garlic.
I agree with that. Okay.
Then there's
you know,
the
as long
black
as you take
pepper.
it out,
Get
not
your peppercorns
authentic
in a
or
pestle of
traditional.
water. Crack it. Get a
Fresh
little
ground
sieve.
black pepper.
This is one of the most important little
Okay,
bits.
great little attention to detail. You're sifting it out so any of those hard or larger pieces of black pepper don't get in there. You have a nice, smooth, fresh ground black pepper. Very nice.
It really does it.
Traditional or not, though, probably, if you're going for visual, I would go with white pepper, so it just, you don't see it. But, yeah.
Hey, honestly,
Nice,
this
you know,
is the outer
refined
skin.
step.
This is much milder. What we have here is the inside part, the peppercorn, which is hotter, perfect for a good hot carbonara. The guanciale is getting golden.
Okay. That's too much black pepper in my opinion. I would have rather used a pepper mill and put it into the pasta rather than that way. My opinion is Vincenzo wouldn't be too down with this because he would feel the heat onto the black pepper would manipulate the flavor too much. I don't necessarily agree with that, or I don't feel like that will affect it too negatively, but in my opinion, that's an unnecessary step, number one. And number two, I do feel even the video of the sexy B-roll of the close-up of the finished product, I think you can recall, I mentioned, I think it's too much.
Eggs are really, really delicate. And if you don't treat these right, you end up with stir-fried noodles.
Yeah, that's funny because Jamie's got a bad stir-fried video.
A bowl.
Jamie, why are you cracking your eggs on the side of the bowl? Flat surface.
And I'm going to crack the egg straight into there. And I'm just going to add a little
As opposed to putting it on the floor.
Carino to that.
Just
to
kidding.
like 20
I'm being
grams.
particularly
Now we're time
mean
sensitive,
right
so we're
now.
going to have a little
All right.
whisk up.
Nice.
We've got
I would have put in more pecorino, personally.
guanciale. We've got the fat that's come out of it.
Okay.
And that's what you want. You want attitude and color.
Yeah, so he started it on a cold pan, medium heat. He said he wanted to render it out. He chopped it fine enough where he didn't need water to assist with the rendering process. In my video, I put in a touch of water. My pieces were cut thicker, bigger. It needed that assistance from the water, the steam, to help warm it up and really draw out the moisture. For this, like I said, it's cut small enough.
To remove.
I like to use a little bit of oil myself. I put like just a little, like I say, like a teaspoon of oil in my pan first, and I started on a medium heat, like preheated, and that way the oil there stops it from sticking before it renders out. That's what I like to do myself. I just feel like the process goes a little faster than starting in a cold pan.
That garlic. Turn.
I feel like that was an unnecessary step. I don't think it takes away from anything. It's not authentic, but it's fine. A waste of garlic, ultimately, in my opinion.
And you're going to drag the pasta and the water into the pan.
Okay.
Use the water to stop the frying. Bit of water.
Yeah,
That
okay.
water
I'm okay with
and
that.
the fat, that is what's going to emulsify to become a creamy sauce.
So there's some starch, there's water, there's fat, and I agree, it will emulsify to a degree. It's fine so far. Okay,
Can you hear that?
tossing it up.
Quiet.
I'm sure that's
no
gonna
frying at all.
smell
Only
delicious.
then can we think about adding our egg.
Okay, nice.
As we toss, we add some more liquid.
Okay.
That's the cream. You
Right,
get
that's
the
a
cream
lot of black pepper,
through the
dude.
emulsification of the cooking water and the fat and technique and timing.
There's no heat. Do you notice there's enough residual heat in the pan, in the pasta to thicken up that egg? Very nice. Overall, you know, minus 1 or 2 steps, very efficient. So far, so good. You know, again, I just feel like the guanciale's cut a little small. The black pepper's a bit much. I feel he could have used a lot more pecorino romano.
And you finish.
Yes, I would agree too, because I think that the sauce does look a little thin. I'm not going to say a weak sauce, like, because it looks like, I feel like there'd be quite a bit of flavor there. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, more cheese. I mean, I don't think I've ever had too much cheese on anything.
Finish with more pepper.
More pepper, cheese.
Yeah, why? Why? So yeah, this is reacting to Jamie, why more pepper? But yeah, Brian, you are 100% right.
Jesus,
so excited.
what the
Spaghetti.
fuck, dude? What? Dude. Too much. Ugh.
Carbonara with a beautiful little finishing.
Okay, I mean, that part's fine. That part's great.
That is as classic as I
Not
can give you guys.
enough.
From chefs, from
More.
nonners. It's about quality ingredients. The guanciale, the pecorino romana, quality eggs, the pepper, the technique of the pepper, good pasta, and then the sensitivity of cooking it right.
That I agree with. You know, it's pecorino romano. Pasta carbonara is about the technique and the ingredients. The simplicity of ingredients, but use good quality ingredients, and the technique. As far as this video, the technique was fine. It's just, again, some extra steps. I don't think there was enough egg. I'm sorry, there wasn't enough pecorino romano in the egg mixture, and he should have shaved more, and that was way, way, way too much black pepper. Also, the guanciale was cut too small. I'm shitting on this a lot, aren't I?
So to add to you, I would probably put another yolk in. I don't think you had enough egg.
There's a little platter for 2 people. And of course, the most important thing when you eat pasta.
You know what? Minus the crazy quantity of black pepper in there, it looks fine. It's just, just, again, a few missteps.
Is don't watch it, eat it.
Yeah, you want to eat that right away. Dude, that is so much black pepper.
Is a thing of joy.
Not traditional. Looks somewhat traditional. Guanciale cut too small. If I was dining at a restaurant and you brought this to me and I saw that amount of black pepper, I would already be like, ooh, you know, I hope this is pre-ground black pepper, because pre-ground is never as potent. He ground that fresh, so that is going to be spicy and overpowering. Not great, not terrible. His technique was fine. It was just the final execution is off. Some bad ratios of ingredient quantity. So yet again, Jamie Oliver disappoints. Hope you enjoyed this video as much as I.
Okay, yeah, so Jamie Oliver, I'm giving him a B-. Like Brian said, technique was more or less on par. Like Brian said, ingredient ratios a little off. I think you could have used white pepper. Would have hidden it, like visually. I think more egg in there, and I agree with Brian on more cheese. For Brian, rating his reaction to this, definitely going to give him an A+. I love the passion that he has. His raw reactions are definitely something to watch. If you liked watching my reaction to Chef Brian's, then click the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're not watching my channel all the time. I post reaction videos on Sundays, cooking videos on Tuesdays. Thanks for coming out. Leave a comment down below what you like to do with carbonara. How do you change it to make it a little more your way than traditional?